you ever have one of those days where you swear you're going to be productive, but somehow you end up cleaning your apartment, organizing your folders, and making yourself a snack you didn't even want? Yeah, that was me yesterday. I sat down to finish an important report. My laptop's open, my coffee's ready, full focus mode activated, and then suddenly I was wiping down my desk. Then I decided my bookshelf looked a bit off. Then I thought maybe I should light a candle for concentration. 30 minutes later, I'm sitting in a spotless room with exactly zero words written. Sound familiar? Later that evening, I told my friend Maya about it. She laughed and said, "Oh my god, same. I literally vacuumed before sending one email." And that's when we both realized we were not avoiding work, we were avoiding discomfort. See, procrastination isn't about being lazy, it's about wanting to feel safe. When your brain senses stress, pressure, or the fear of failing, it triggers the same reaction it would if you were actually in danger. Your body tenses, your mind searches for an escape, and distraction becomes your rescue plan. That's why you suddenly need to clean the kitchen or check your messages for the 10th time. It's not random, it's your brain trying to protect you. But here's the twist: what feels like protection in the moment is actually what keeps you stuck in the long run. Because every time you avoid the uncomfortable thing, you teach your brain that avoidance equals relief. So the next time a similar task comes up, your brain hits the same escape button, but even faster. And here's what makes it even worse: the guilt. You know you're procrastinating, you feel bad about it, but that guilt, it just makes the discomfort bigger. So you avoid even more. It becomes this vicious cycle where you're stuck between knowing what you should do and feeling paralyzed to actually do it. I've seen this happen so many times with myself, with friends, with people who are insanely capable. The smarter and more ambitious you are, the more creative your brain gets at avoiding discomfort because you know exactly how to look busy without touching the real thing. You research the perfect productivity method. You'll watch videos about time management, you will buy a new planner, and all of that feels productive, yeah? But it's still avoidance. You're preparing to work instead of actually working. So, how do we break this loop? Let me tell you what actually worked for me and Maya. First, we made the task tiny, like really, really tiny. Instead of finish the report, mine was open the document. That's not write a paragraph, not even write a sentence, just open it. And weirdly, once I did, the pressure dropped. 10 minutes later, I was ready in the flow. The trick here is that your brain cannot argue with something that small. It can talk you out of finishing a report because that sounds huge and exhausting. But opening a document, that's too easy to resist. And once you're in motion, momentum takes over. Second, we stopped pretending that we had to feel ready. Here is the truth: motivation doesn't come before action, it comes after you start. Think about it. When was the last time you felt like working out before you actually started? Probably never. But once you're 5 minutes in, suddenly you're fine. Sometimes you even enjoy it. The first step isn't magical, but it's the only one that actually rewires your brain to move on. The third, we made it emotional. Before starting, I asked myself, how will I feel once this is done? Not how it will look like, no, how it feel. I pictured the relief, the satisfaction, the weight lifting off. And here's something else we tried. We named the feeling. When I felt the urge to distract myself, I literally said it out loud. Okay, that's fear. I'm feeling afraid of messing this up. Just naming it took away its power. It stopped being this vague, overwhelming thing and became something I could recognize and work with. By the end of the week, the same task I'd been avoiding for days felt much lighter. Not because the work got easier, but because my brain stopped treating it like danger. Procrastination isn't a time problem, it's an emotion problem. Your brain is not against you, it's just misreading the situation. You don't need to fight it, you just need to guide it. Treat it like a nervous friend who needs reassurance, not an enemy you need to conquer. So, next time you find yourself cleaning your fridge, rearranging your bins for no reason, just smile and say, "Okay, brain, I see what you're doing, but we are going to do that anyway." Start small, start curious, give yourself permission to be imperfect, and trust that momentum always follows movement. Because the truth is, you're not broken, you're not lazy, you're just human, and humans naturally avoid discomfort. But with the right approach, you can turn that resistance into progress. Thank you for watching and see you next video.